Welcome to Bali, a well-known spiritual island, the yin and yang heart of the earth. Some people even compare it to India and say that by coming here, you immerse in a spiritual journey. We came to this travel very unexpectedly and planned to stay for a few months. The first thing, without even stepping out of the airport, was the smell that met us. It's like a smell of soil, of humidity, of trees, of something really exotic and not from our continent. With no research and no information about this island, we just followed the guidance of life and embraced everything like a fresh white sheet of paper. So finally we got to Bali, and it's in the middle of the night now because our flight was delayed and everything. It's a long story about all these flights, especially when we came here to Bali. They were doing the security checks like 5 times, checking the passport, then checking your belongings, then checking your COVID things and everything, then checking again if you have filled the immigration form. And it took a while because there were a lot of people. So my first impression is that, thank God, here are not so many bugs like mosquitoes or something, because I thought that it's gonna be, like a tropical jungle or something. But now we will sleep with the open windows because our friends are here already 2 weeks, so they got up in the middle of the night to greet us. And they told us a bit about their experience so far here. So tomorrow we'll have something to do, like to buy a SIM card and to see the surroundings and everything. So very interesting. Our adventure began in Uluwatu city, where we stayed together with 2 other friends for 1 week. For this time period, we rented a simple house with a small garden. Not the best view in the world, but look, there is a very interesting thing here that I don't know who, if it is the religious people from temples or something, but a friend said that every morning they go around all the houses and they leave these little blessing gifts with flowers and all kinds of things. After a few minutes, this is what's happening. The first morning we were met by rain. It was the middle of December and a rain season in Bali. So a raincoat was our best friend. Although these cloudy days were true saviors, because on sunny ones it was almost impossible to walk somewhere in such heat. And it always felt very humid, so we got to get used to feeling of constant sweating and loss of energy. But the next thing we got to discover was an amazing one. Most beautiful cafes and delicious food. we are really surprised that we can find very good European food here. I thought it's gonna be something very exotic or only very spicy and everything, but we can even have all kinds of decaf coffees and plant milks and everything. So it's an amazing variety of choices for vegetarians, vegans, gluten-free eaters and everything.
And the food is pretty cheap here. You
Yes.
pay just around 4 euros per plate,
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3 times cheaper than Europe, yeah?
something like that. Yeah.
The first cafe we visited became our favorite one, not only because of an excellent food there, but also of their coolest lounge and pool, accessible for free if you buy something, at least a drink, and a quiet working place on the rooftop where I enjoy the most beautiful sunsets. Oh, baby, where I have come. Just look at this. I just came upstairs from a cafe to the rooftop, and here I will be on my own with this amazing sunset. Oh God, you love me so much. Thank you so much. I'm blessed. Oh my God. I will mention in the description box all the best cafes and places that we visited. Yeah, and it really gets dark really fast, because I think just 10 or 15 minutes ago it was still light and I did those video footages and I did those pictures, and now it's almost completely dark. Would you even tell what the sound is? I will tell you. It's frogs! It's not electronic music. It's frogs! Crazy! Although it was really nice, exotic and enjoyable, fruits and vegetables always fresh and straight from the nature, in Uluwatu it didn't feel like in a so-called paradise yet, because it was really noisy and didn't have many places where to go for a walk around the house without using a transportation. And where did this all noise come from? From street traffic, and especially motorbikes. It is the most popular vehicle in Bali and comes with a really big noise. Motorbikes everywhere. But also they are very convenient. And even we quickly learned how to drive it and explored many different city and nature corners with it. Bali's shores are washed by Indian Ocean in dozens of beautiful beaches. Water is amazingly warm and rocky landscapes are breathtaking. But we didn't go to beaches very often because it was just simply too hot. And also I decided for myself that those beaches are more beautiful to watch than to swim in them, because waves were wild and too dangerous if you're not a surfer or a professional swimmer. One of the most must-see traditional Balinese things is Kecak fire dance. It was something I have never seen before. So grounding, so deep and so different. The dance took place next to the Uluwatu temple and portrayed a story of Ramayana. All the music is made only by voices of 40 men who, according to the older traditions, even fall into a state of trance.
Banana cabo.
Although mind is much calmer when being far away from familiar home, but it still tried to push me to spend all the time usefully and to doubt my choices sometimes.
We were driving to a restaurant and this is where we ended up.
So we didn't forget to spend enough time for our inner balance. Meditations, writing practices, mindfulness, also it was the end of the year, so it was a perfect time for self-reflections. And it was so easy to do it here because of the specific spiritual aura, as if all the island would be helping and blessing you.
Every time you are near, just like me, I want to be close to you. We found a very amazing cafe here. It's called Luhur Garden, and usually all the cafes we've been to so far were very noisy. But this one really is a garden and it's quiet finally. And I think maybe one very crazy thing can happen tomorrow. I hope I will find the courage to do this. But I think this is really life guiding because I was talking about this earlier with Martinez. Maybe I will sing here tomorrow. There is a little stage, so
as the cherry on the top came my little concert in a restaurant. It was so extremely spontaneous. I rehearsed totally different songs, but when I came, I found out that the guitarist doesn't know them. So we improvised on the spot, and I was so nervous, and I didn't perform as good as I wanted. But oh well, this is how we grow and collect experiences. so I was still super proud of myself. So this was our first week in Bali, and I think it was really great. Not too busy, not too slow. Complete in inside and outside experiences. Now we were ready to move on to a next city, a spiritual capital of Bali, Ubud. Best wishes to you, and see you soon.